Welcome to Cheryl K's Cooking Diaries, old-fashioned Southern cooking. Hey guys, welcome back to Cheryl K's Cooking Diaries. This evening, we're going to make something a little different. This is more on the breakfast side, but we are going to be making a blueberry Dutch baby. And we're going to make it in an iron skillet. So it's going to be delicious. Kind of like a pancake, I guess you'd say. It's just a little different kind, the way it's made. So anyway guys, let me get you over here, let me show you everything that goes into this and show you how I make mine. So give me just a minute. Okay guys, let me show you everything that goes into this. First of all, you're going to need to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Okay, and but right off the bat, what you got to do, as soon as you preheat your oven, you need to put your iron skillet in there. So while you're doing your mix, your skillet can be good and hot and ready by the time that you pour your mixture into your pan. Okay. Ready. So the first thing you will need you're going to need 4 eggs. I've got 4 eggs here. I just got them laying over here in my sifter. And then you're going to need 1 cup of milk. Now let me explain something to you on this one. This is what I do. A lot of people add just the 1 cup of milk and that's it. I add a half a cup of milk, and I added a half a cup of buttermilk, okay, to this. So I just do the half and half on the milk, alrighty? And then you're just going to need about half a teaspoon of the pure vanilla if you've got the pure vanilla. If you don't, you can use the extract, it'll be fine. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of just white granulated sugar. And then you are going to need 1 cup of self-rising flour. That's what I use, but you can use whatever kind you would like, all-purpose to work in this as well. Then you are going to need right about a cup of fresh blueberries. Now I've had these blueberries frozen, and I just think they work better in recipes like this. I buy blueberries and then I wash them off and I go through them if there's any bad ones or whatever, and I get rid of them, and then I put them in a freezer bag, and then I put them into my freezer. And then when I need them, I have got them. And then anytime you freeze blueberries like this, you can add them to any kind of oven recipe or anything like that. And they really work really well for stuff like that. So, oh, and by the way, you can use strawberries in this as well. I've got strawberries in the freezer, but I just decided to stick with one thing. So, but you can mix it. You can do blueberries and strawberries if that's what you want to do, half and half. And then you are going to need just 2 tablespoons of butter. And then you will need just a little bit of powdered sugar for the dusting on the top, and I've got that in this little container here. Okay, that's all you'll need for this recipe, and this is done in a KitchenAid mixer. I don't know why you couldn't really do it with a hand mixer, maybe by hand, but really, if you have a KitchenAid, try to do it in a KitchenAid mixer. I think it turns out a little bit better, and like I said, you're going to need an iron skillet. Okay. Alrighty, so let me get you over here and let's get all this stuff put together. So give me just a minute. Okay guys, here we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my seasoned iron skillet. You need your iron skillet to be good and seasoned for this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this into the oven because I just started the oven. But first of all, y'all, what we're going to get started with is we are going to put our eggs and our milk and our vanilla into the bowl first, okay? And we're going to mix that in well. So let's go ahead and get our eggs done. So let's add our 4 eggs to our mixing bowl. And then we're just going to start breaking up our eggs is all we're going to do here. I probably should have took my whisk off for right now, so in just a minute here, y'all. Let's take this off for just a minute. It makes it a little bit easier to do. So I'm going to set my eggshells over here. And here goes 2 eggs. Then I'm going to have to wipe the egg mix up. There goes 3 eggs. And there goes the 4th egg. Okay? So we've got our 4 eggs in our mixing bowl. And now we are going to put our milk. So like I said, I've got a half a cup of regular milk and I've got a half a cup of buttermilk mixed in here. And then we'll go ahead and we'll pour this in here. So we're just going to add our buttermilk and our milk to this. And then we are going to add our vanilla. What I like to do is guys, I like to add just a little bit more vanilla. Some people put orange zest in this, but I don't have any orange zest, and I don't usually ever use that, so I'm not worried about it. So instead of a half a teaspoon, we're going to put 1 teaspoon, okay, of vanilla. If y'all know and seen anything before on me using vanilla, you know I like to add a little extra anyway. So now we are going to whisk this stuff in well, okay, before we start adding our other ingredients. So let's go ahead and let's get this on here. So leave your skillet in there, y'all, even if you're not done mixing, okay? Because you don't want it to be cold. You definitely want your skillet to be hot when you do this, when you pour it in there. All right, let's mix this stuff in very well. Let's start out on slow. Start out on our low speed so we don't splash anything out. And then I'm going to just turn it up a little bit as we go so we can get this whisked in very well. All right, let's go ahead and back this down and turn this off, and let's see where our eggs are, okay? You see if they look like they're beat in well. Yeah, they seem to be. So we're going to add our sugar and our flour, and we're going to whisk it until it's all combined, okay? And then if our oven's not ready yet, then we'll let our batter rest for a few minutes until our oven is ready. So let's go ahead and add our flour, or our sugar and our flour. So let me get the sugar, and I've got it already ready here. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Okay, now our flour, y'all, this is what I do. I'm going to take my whisk off a minute. And y'all don't have to do this if you don't want to, okay? But what I like to do is whisk my flour, or I mean sift my flour in here. Okay, so let me do that. So we're just going to go ahead and sift our flour in here, okay? So just a minute here. We're going to have to kind of do this a little slow because I don't want to get it all over the place. So let's do this real slow. Hey, let's put our whisk back on since we've sifted our flour in. And like I said, you don't have to do that, but I do. Now we're going to do this on low, okay, because we don't want to get flour all over, okay? So I'll get in place. Start slow and get that whisked in. All right, we're going to turn this up so we can get this whisked in. I think we're okay to turn it up now. And I may have to scrape the sides of the bowl. Let's go ahead and let's scrape the sides of our bowl down. I know our pan's going to be ready here in just a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and scrape this down because really, I'll tell you what, if you can, let your batter set a few minutes, but just leave your pan in there, and just remember not to take that out because you need it to be very hot for this. Oh, we've got all that off the sides, so I'm going to take this out now, and we're going to mix it, though. We've got to still mix that together. It's not mixed good, okay? So let's finish that. Guys, that looks like that is mixed very well. So I think we're done mixing that. I don't think we'll need to anymore. So I'm going to let my batter rest for a few minutes. I'm going to let it rest for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'll be back, and then we'll go ahead and we'll pour this into our iron skillet. So, but remember, leave that skillet in the oven because that is very important to do. Okay, so anyway, guys, I'll be back here shortly. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get our iron skillet out of the oven. And but first, I'm going to get my butter. And I am going to go ahead and get my blueberries out of the freezer. 1 cup of blueberry. And like I said, 2 tablespoons of your butter. Let me get this paper off my butter. And take you a fork and put it, just stick it like this into your butter in the center. That way you can rub it all over your pan, because that's what we're getting ready to do when we bring that iron skillet out. We're going to rub these 2 tablespoons of butter all over our pan until it's melted. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move our mixture back. Okay, and our blueberries and all. And I'm going to set my butter down. Let me get a mitten. Just a second, y'all. And let me get my iron skillet out. And it is very, very hot. So wait just a minute. I got to get a cooling rack. I don't want to set my... I forgot to get it. But I don't want to... Just a second, y'all. Sorry. I want to use a cooling rack when I set my iron skillet out here, because it is scalding hot, and I don't want to set it on my countertop because it could potentially burn it, and I sure don't want that. So, let me get the iron skillet out, and it is hot now, I'm going to tell you. Now, take your 2 tablespoons of your butter, okay, and all you got to do is rub it all around your pan until it's completely melted, okay? Swirl it around your pan. You need to do the sides as well as the bottom. And just keep doing this until it's all melted. As you can hear, that pan is hot. So let me get that off of there. And then we're going to pour our mixture in here, and then we're going to top it with our blueberries, okay? Or whatever you prefer. But all this butter has to be melted. That noisy thing away now. See how I'm doing my sides? That's what you want to do to get them good and buttered before you pour your stuff in. Alrighty, I think it's melted, so we're ready to pour our mixture in here. Okay, that we made up. Stir that up real good, real quick. And we're just going to pour it in here. Just like that. Y'all probably couldn't see that, but it's kind of awkward the other way, so I didn't want to spill it all over. Because I sure will now, I'm telling you. I'm the clumsiest person y'all's probably ever seen. So we're going to put that in that skillet, and then we're going to put our, we're going to go ahead and take our blueberries. And all we're going to do with these is just toss them on the top. And if you got frozen strawberries, or I mean blueberries, Lord, if you've got frozen blueberries, that'd be your best thing to use, because they do well going in stuff like this. And you can use the strawberries too. We're going to put this in the oven, and we are going to bake this for 20 minutes or until it's done, or until it's puffed up around the edges until it's brown. Okay? So just a minute, guys, and I'll be back here shortly, okay? Okay, guys, the Dutch Baby, Blueberry Dutch Baby's out of the oven, and I forgot to mention this to y'all before I put it in when we mixed it up. I use self-rising flour in this, but a lot of people use all-purpose. And when you use all-purpose, it will come out thinner than what this is. So if you like it thinner, go ahead and use the all-purpose, but I just like mine thicker. I like to do is I take an icing knife, y'all, and I kind of go around the edges, okay? Kind of like I do cornbread. But if you can see, mine is thicker, but I would rather have it thicker. That's just my preference. Everybody is different. But what I'm going to have to do is I may just flip it out like I do my cornbread, and then flip it back over so it can be cut. It looks like it didn't stick, so it did very well. So, but here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to flip mine out, y'all, on a platter. Just do this when it's hot, unless you know, this is something you normally would do anyway. But what I do, I put me a platter over my skillet like this, okay? Just like I do my cornbread. And now remember, you don't have to do that. Now about grab that, y'all, not thinking. Don't do that. Alrighty. So put you a tan towel over your plate like this, or you can usually the plate's not that hot, but sometimes I'll put me a little hand towel over this. And I just flip it out, just like I do cornbread. Okay? Get it back on the cooling rack. We can flip it back over, but really, I mean, to be honest with y'all, there's really no need to. I mean, unless it's just something y'all want to do. But I'm just going to leave it where it's at. I'm not even going to worry about flipping it back because it's pretty this way. And this is going to be a good sized pancake. So check this out, y'all. And I'm going to sprinkle some powdered sugar. I'm just going to dust it. Look at all the blueberries in there. How they cooked up really nice. And look how brown and pretty that is. Now, that's how I make my Dutch baby pancakes. Okay? But everybody makes them a little different. So, and if I need to buy some all-purpose flour, and when I do that, I'll show y'all how to make it with all-purpose flour and show you that it does come out a lot thinner. So, anyway, let me move this over a little bit. It's a little lopsided, but it'll be all right. It's going to be good. And, you know, if you wanted to use syrup, you could do that as well, but I'm going to dust it with powdered sugar. And I'm just going to take this powdered sugar, and it's up to you how much powdered sugar you want. So let me put this over here before I make a big mess, and I've really got too much in there. But what I'll do is I just tap my little strainer here that I got. I got a little miniature strainer. And I'm not going to put a big bunch of this on here because my husband may want a piece, and he may not want all that powdered sugar. So we're just going to keep it kind of light. To put, you can even put whipped cream on this if you like whipped cream on it. Everybody's different what they like on theirs. So, but I'm going to cut it. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. So I'm just going to get me a little plate out here. I'm going to get me a paper plate. And just slide it around this way. But I'll show y'all what it looks like up close with the dusting of the powdered sugar. Okay? Just cut into it. And really, you're supposed to serve this as quick as possible, but I kind of like mine cooled down myself. But and there should be blueberries all through this. Look at here, y'all. Let you see this. My goodness. Whoops, I left a little piece at the end, but that's okay. My goodness, my goodness. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? And it is going to be out of this world. And I cannot wait. And I'm going to let it cool a minute. And what will be good mixed with strawberries as well, y'all. I mean, get more powdered sugar on mine. So what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm just, I don't have my strainer, but I'm just going to get me some out of my fingers. And I'm just going to kind of drizzle it on a little bit like this. Because that will make it even better. But sometimes my husband likes the powdered sugar, and sometimes he don't like a lot of it, so I don't put a lot of it on there. So, if you don't mind, to go to Cheryl K's Cooking Diaries on Facebook and like and comment and share my video, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you don't mind, to go over to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Guys, don't forget that YouTube channel. So anyway, y'all, I've enjoyed this, and this is super duper delicious. So anyway, y'all stay safe, and always remember to keep God in your heart and God in your life. Bye.